Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. New playtest details, perk nerfs, and so much more in today's video. If you're new here, hey, my name is Ace. I post 2 to 3 Battlefield videos a week and I play every Battlefield game that is available to me until Battlefield 6 launches. So if you want to keep in touch with Battlefield 6 and just enjoy some good old Battlefield gameplay, then please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscription for future content. If you're watching this video right now, there's a test happening later today. It's gonna be on Capstone and Battery. Capstone is a big snowy Altai range type of map we have seen last week. And Battery is one of the 2 city urban maps we have seen earlier in March or April. And the big thing is there's going to be MNK support for consoles. So I had a couple comments before on some of my older videos from my console viewers asking, is there MNK support? I mean, I had no clue. Apparently now there's going to be. This is a leak, so you're going to have to take it with a grain of salt as usual. But apparently they're going to be testing that. And it's going to be happening today at 8 PM EST. I think for my European viewers, usually the test happens at like 19 or 20 CST. So if you still haven't checked your email, there's still a chance you can get in and play today. How do you do that? Sorry for my regular subs, I always keep mentioning this to my newer viewers. How do you do this? You go to your email and then you check literally every folder. Some people reported it comes in the spam folder. Some people reported it comes in the promotions folder. It's somewhere there if you have gotten it. After you have gotten it, you will need to register with your Steam account, with your EA account, or whatever you're playing the Battlefield franchise on. And you will need a Discord account. Why? Because there is going to be a developer and slash creator slash player Discord where you will have to join, where you can, talk to people and give feedback and this type of stuff. So keep that in mind. Other than the MNK support, allegedly all of the perks have been nerfed. This comes from the portal. He says most of the problematic field specializations have been significantly nerfed in the latest patch. Example, alt, reveal nearby enemy gadgets, negate movement speed penalty while firing, and switch weapons faster, and new is reduce movement speed penalty while firing. If you aren't aware what Temporal is exactly speaking about, he's talking about the class perk system upgrades from Battlefield 4, which were refurbished and kinda renamed, and new abilities were given for Battlefield Labs playtest. Some of them were used. We recently saw in the Capstone gameplay leak we were all watching like 2 weeks ago at this point, there was like artillery strike being used. This is the so-called ultimate of the Recon class, is tier 4 perk. And guys, those were all activatable abilities. You get basically a bunch of passives as like the first 3 levels, and then you got an ultimate. I made a couple videos before speaking about this as early as March, and I will leave the links to those videos in this video's description. So if you want to see my initial thoughts about them, it's going to be in the description. But just to TLDR you very quickly, I didn't like them because I felt like hero shooter slop to me personally. I don't like activatable abilities in Battlefield. It immediately reminds me of activatable abilities in Battlefield 2042, in Overwatch, in like all this type of hero shooter slop games, which I really think are on the way out, and I think activatable abilities do not belong in Battlefield. Because of this ultimate activatable abilities and the fact that we have seen leaks of named characters being introduced in Battlefield 6, which in my opinion are probably going to be used in a Battle Royale setting and maybe one of those Gauntlet competitive modes, people have been assuming, and I don't blame them really because of how overpowered these ultimate abilities were in the old class perk system before everything was nerfed now, have been assuming that these are just specialists now and DICE is doing the same old mistake as they did with Battlefield 2042. I'm here not to reassure you that there aren't going to be specialists. I just want to tell you that those were not ultimate abilities of those named characters. Those were actually class perk system. The characters themselves do not have any unique abilities. They're classes themselves. For if you take a character who is called, I don't know, Deadeye, Superman, Venom, a Spider-Man, he's not going to have his specific ultimate. If he's Assault, he's going to have the old Assault ultimate, if I make sense. He's not going to have anything special to him as a named character. So if this was one of your concerns, I can tell you with quite clear clarity that that was the part of the class perk system. However, here's where my concern comes in, and it's mostly with EA and not DICE or Motive or Criterion or any of the studios working on Battlefield. If the named characters have now lost all these ultimates that they had available to them, is there a chance for EA to coming back and saying, hey, we want those ultimates that you had for classes added onto specialists because the skins are not selling well. People are not buying the skins because they're just boring ass skins, and in other games, people are buying characters that have ultimates or whatever, heroes in this motherfucking hero shooters. That's my concern now, that they're just gonna take them later and put them onto the named characters and then they're just gonna be specials. That is my concern. You have to tell me in the comment section, how do you feel about this? You think I have some merit in what I'm saying? Or is it all just bullshit and I'm just like overreacting? But yeah, it's a serious concern for me. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, couple more leaks from 1BF Telegram group. They said there is a squad boost as well as XP bonuses and premium. I'm pretty sure this premium isn't the premium that you and I are thinking about, like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and BF1 premium. This must be something else, I'm not sure what. And some modes are mentioned as well. Capture, Assault, Breakthrough, Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, possibly Team Deathmatch, Domination, Tank Domination, Payload Capture, and Strike Point. Tank Domination, wasn't this a game mode in that DLC for Battlefield 3 Armored Kill? tank superiority, right? That's what it's called. And then there was also an air superiority added in the endgame DLC, if I'm not mistaken. So those are maybe coming back. If you like vehicles and playing those mods, those are gonna be back. My only concern about all these modes is how are they gonna populate everything if the game only has matchmaking? I mean, how many people are gonna be matchmaking for tank superiority, really, after like 1 or 2 months after the game is out? These are other victims of having no server browser if the game is not gonna have a server browser. Of these modes, I think, in my opinion, actually not even in an opinion, as an experience from other games which have matchmaking, most of the other modes are very abandoned very early on, so hopefully that's not going to be the case with Battlefield 6 as well. They continue, there is some use classic scoreboard flag. I'm not sure what that means, but what I do know is that Battlefield Labs does have a scoreboard, which is great. That, in my book, already makes it better than Battlefield 2042, which didn't have a scoreboard for a very, very long time. In a first-person shooter, we need to have a scoreboard. I'm sorry. First-person shooters as a genre are inherently competitive, even if they aren't like super sweaty and competitive. Still, it's a first-person shooter. We don't want to die. We want to get many kills. We want to go on kill streaks. We need to see our scoreboards. So the fact it's here, it's already better than Battlefield 2042 in my small book. Then they said, indeed, the first season is already mentioned. Weekly tasks have been prepared, but there are still placeholders like play at the Cosmodrome. Not sure what that is. But yeah, first season, there was already leaks about this before. Probably gonna be like a couple of maps, weapons, maybe some of the new named characters, and of course a bunch of microtransaction slop skins and other crap that I want you to buy. So we're gonna see what that is. And they said for non-believers, the Battle Royale is called Battle Royale in the code. Battle Royale, I mean, that I already confirmed the game is gonna have a Battle Royale, so I'm not like super concerned about Battle Royale at all, other than that it's gonna like flop. Honestly, I'm very happy that DICE went in and nerfed these perks already. I think they were a pretty big problem, and obviously the players of Battlefield Labs on Battlefield Labs Discord have probably shared the same concern. They went in and nerfed it. This is great. So whether the playtest is happening today or maybe next week or in a month, those builds are probably going to have these nerf perks, and I'm very looking forward to hear from them how the game plays now without those perks being in the mix. Is it better? Is it worse? We're gonna have to wait and see. That's gonna be it from this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed some Battlefield 1 gameplay. If there's gonna be any major leaks in the next coming days, I'm gonna of course post a video. If not, then I'll see you guys on Monday. I hope if there is a playtest today then and the leak is correct, that you guys have fun, and I hope the game meets half of your expectations, at least half. I think that's a very good baseline for Battlefield 6 super early in the pre-alpha. If you enjoy watching this video, please leave a like and a comment if you're a regular sub. If you're a new sub, like I said earlier, I post a lot of Battlefield content and I cover Battlefield 6 news, leaks, everything very extensively. So please consider leaving a subscription so you're in touch with Battlefield and just if you want to enjoy something else other than Battlefield 2042 on your screen. Guys, have a nice weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye bye and take care.